YouTube, how are you? So for this week I wanted to talk about detransition and also being myself and losing a little bit of it, and a little bit of that portion was inspired by a video that Jordan just recently did. So yeah, we'll start with the detransition part. I've seen a few different videos on it. I'll just say that I had a very short, not detransition, but 2 or 3 day period where I threw my hands up in the air and swore to God I was going to let all this go. So, and I don't know why. I do know why. I'm having a hard time. I'm a single parent. My dad and me own an electrical company. I don't talk a whole lot about my job, but I'm just definitely finding it really hard at work, and the shift between when I am at work and when I come home, and still having to force a lot of personality that I forced on myself at work, which is good. It's my job, and I'm just I know I'm totally lucky to have one. So there's that, and I've been going through a little bit of an emotional roller coaster with my ex-girlfriend staying at the house. She throws her weight around a lot, and it's just, I think I got into a pattern with her that, before I started HRT, where, we would just fight a lot, and I would just be really aggressive, and now I'm not feeling so aggressive anymore, and I just kind of, want to have this nice, happy household, and I just, I think she's just used to a lot of the ways that I was, and now that I'm changing, I don't think she's noticed as much. Upsets me, she won't actually even watch my videos. Have a hard time with that. Not even one of them. So anywho, yeah, there's a lot going on. So I threw my hands up in the air, and I was like, psh, I'm done. I'm not going to take this medication. I'm just going to blah, 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 blah. And screw this, screw life, screw the fucking world. Peace. I'm out. Totally not what I would do. I'm really happy with what I'm doing. But those 2 or 3 days, I didn't take my anti-testosterone pill. I didn't take my estrogen till late that week, and I noticed even in the 3 days, after I stopped taking it for a couple days, I started realizing the second and third day, it was the depression that had gone away a year ago when I started all this. Not that I don't have my days of depression, but that depression and that anger that it's been so instilled inside of me came roaring back into play and put me in bed for 3 days. I didn't move, I didn't pick up my phone, I didn't answer a text. In fact, I noticed I was almost barely taking care of my daughter. Obviously feeding her and getting her to school, but aside that, I wasn't really there that much for her. And I realized how much that was who I was before I started all of this, and before I started to become who I was. So it was a good kind of reminder for me of why I'm doing this, and I want to remind everybody who else might be going through this that, is considering giving up on it, that try and remember all the things that this is actually doing for you and not just like how hard it is. So yeah, and so that kind of just brings me on to the second topic. Like, I don't want to just go too long, so being myself. I noticed in also the last few months that I've really lost a lot of the personality in my voice. I become like real reserved, and I don't show my humorous side as much. And the truth is, I'm normally laughing a lot, and I make a joke out of everything, mostly myself, but everything around me. I try and have a good time, and I try and make it a good time for the people around me. And I've started losing that a little bit, and I've noticed that I kind of, I don't know, think about what I should be saying, or maybe like how I should be saying it, and if it's appropriate to speak it that way. I mean, God, so my ex-girlfriend, like, comes in my house the other day, and, like, it's like, oh, you can't talk like that, you can't say this, you can't say this, and so I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so I guess there's, like, a happy medium between, you know, being who you are, and turning into the woman that you are, and, you know, turning into the woman that other people think you should be, or expect you to be. And I don't believe in that at all. I started to kind of follow down that path, and I realized that it's kind of like, it just pushes me to back where I was before the transition, of acting like something I'm not. And that's what made me unhappy. So it's really important to just, you know, hold on to who you are. And I don't swear as much. I'm definitely not as vulgar as much, like, or aggressive. I don't know about vulgar, but like I'm not aggressive in the way I speak. But I want to put more of myself back into my voice. I'm kind of under the weather. I kind of like where my voice is going. I've been doing a lot of practice, at least with the pitch of it. I'm not trying to sound like Mickey Mouse in the end. Although, if you were in my apartment, you'd hear me every day talking in a really high-pitched voice. But, you know, speaking in that really high-pitched voice doesn't leave you anywhere to go up in pitch, and, so yeah, I'm just playing around a lot with that, and, this transition has really made me ask myself who my friends are and who I want to associate with, and, you know, it's all changing, everything, from, you know, I've had a friend since I was born, and we can't hang out too much anymore because he kind of lives that, like, gangster lifestyle, and, I'm kind of not that boy. I'm definitely not that boy anymore, and I'm not that girl either. I've always been kind of sweet and, like, really caring, and I chose not to express that as much as a male to try and fit in, and I enjoy expressing it now. I know that my friends around me have definitely liked having me express that as opposed to anger and frustration. So yeah, well, that's about it for this week. Aside from that, I definitely have been a little bit more tired. I can totally feel my body changing still. I still feel like I need to sleep like umpteen hours a day, even though I don't have time. And I'm out of time again, so I love you, YouTube. Have a good night, and hopefully I will be back soon.